Oh, good girl. Hello, everybody. My name is Jason Roberts, and I would love nothing more than to be with you there in Athens tonight, but the pandemic and various circumstances have conspired to make that impossible, I'm afraid. But I'm here in Melbourne with my dog, Betsy, and just wanted to say a few words in appreciation of this project, of your coming out to see the work, and basically, no, that's Betsy, that's not a bone. Come on, sweetie, come on. I just wanted to, say a few words about this project, about what it means to me, what it means to everybody at Amálthia who were so incredible and provided me with amazing access to your sensational country, some incredible remote wilderness areas, some beautiful islands, some mountains, valleys, rivers, absolutely incredible glimpse of Greece I got. And it was just a glimpse, it was 8 months of traveling, but it's such a sensational country, so much packed into that gorgeous landmass and the islands that I still really only think I've scratched the surface of it. So I mean, where to start? I want to thank, well, Amálthia. Nikos Koustaris is the president of Amálthia. I was in touch with Nikos and Yosef originally regarding this concept of following my passion for painting livestock, and my interest in the origins of livestock is basically what this sprang from. In Australia, I've painted livestock and rural scenes for years, and as you can imagine, Australian livestock consists entirely of introduced animals. Merino sheep, as here. I think I've got a goat. This is actually a feral goat in the Flinders Ranges from South Australia. We have Hereford cattle from England. We have Dorper sheep from Africa. We have a lot of a lot of livestock, but it's all introduced over the centuries. The Merinos back in the 18th century, some more recently. But my interest was with the origins of this livestock. Obviously, much of it comes from Europe. When I started looking into that, Greece was a very, very obvious place to start because of the ancient civilization there, and the ancient culture, and the livestock that I'm familiar with where everyone is familiar with in the Parthenon marbles, and in the ancient art, the beautiful pottery, the earthenware. It goes back thousands of years, and I was fascinated by that, and so I got in touch with Yosef and suggested a possible project, and I'm very, very thankful that my idea was taken by Amálthia and absolutely blossomed into this incredible project and this exhibition tonight that I had an incredible time painting. I've already gone 3 minutes, I can see from my stopwatch over there, so I don't want to take up too much time. I do want to thank a lot of people, the farmers and the shepherds, and the cowherds, and the incredible people that hosted me over the course of the 8 months that I was traveling in Greece. The Achilles Siparis up in the beautiful mountains of Karitsa. I visited his farm twice, sensational mountain scenery and his gorgeous Greek shorthorn cattle. I've done some paintings, including some young bulls that were actually, I think they were cows, but they were, either way, they were quite aggressive and fighting each other, and in this incredible snowy landscape, and as soon as I saw that, I witnessed that scene, the winter of 2017, I knew that was a painting, and sure enough, I was able to work on that here in Melbourne and do that painting. I spent like a couple of weeks probably in total with Achilles and his family. Incredible food as everywhere in Greece. His mother made some amazing cheese pies and some desserts, and just absolutely wonderful. A lot of farmers and people. Amanda Simpson in Skiros, she also hosted me a couple of times. with Stathi. They do an incredible job in Skiros with the horses there, and I visited them a few months apart, different times of the year, and got an incredible insight into the work they do with this beautiful small horse breed that's very almost like an icon of Greece at this stage, with the ancestry that it has. The Rhodope Mountains just comes to mind, and there's an incredible farm that I visited. Mustafa, I believe, was the farmer's name. A beautiful farm up in the mountains with made of local stone, and pens for the sheep, and there were almond groves and walnuts. They made a beautiful afternoon tea for me with their own honey and their own walnuts, and brewed this incredible Greek coffee, and just the hospitality was just absolutely sensational. I mean, it's famous worldwide, Greek hospitality, and I got latherings of it during my time there. Corfu, another expatriate, English, I believe, Sylvia. She was a wonderful hostess in Corfu, an incredible house that's had a ranging wild garden, and the house was quite wild. I walked into one room at one point and 3 owls flew up at me. She looks after injured animals, and there was a peregrine falcon in the basement that I did a sketch of. It was quite an amazing experience. Ithaca was a wonderful experience. I actually had some Melbourne contacts and friends now that assisted me there. The Melbourne Ithacan Philanthropic Association, I believe they're called, and they Skiros, sorry, not Skiros, Stavros hosted me there. Unfortunately, he's passed away since. It was a few years ago now. It was 2017, but he was a wonderful host. He and his wife, who grew up in Melbourne, so some Australian connections, lots of Australian connections in Greece, which was a wonderful part of it. What else? Crete was incredible. I went twice, both times with Yosef. Yosef was my traveling companion for most of these adventures. He was a great companion. His knowledge of Greece and the landscape and the history and cultural and natural history was absolutely awe-inspiring, and I really appreciated all the time that Yosef spent with me and driving me, and we drove to places, and then we'd both jump in the back of a Greek farmer's pickup truck and drive 3 hours up into the mountains to another remote area with an incredible flock of sheep that hadn't seen modern life. Absolutely sensational experiences I had. Vasily was a wonderful dinner guest generally. I had a number of dinners with Vasily in Athens, and he was in constant contact, giving me so much information, background information on the farms, the farmers, the animals, the backstories, the histories, and I really couldn't have done a lot of this work and done a lot of the research that I did artistically without his input, which was fantastic. And Stefano, who I only met once from memory at a dinner, because he works abroad, but he was a great help also. And there's numerous others throughout Amalthia. I don't have time to mention them all. Yeah, I want to thank all of you, and you've made it an incredible experience for me, and I hope I have done my part, which is to try and show. I'm almost done, Betsy, almost done. Try and show how, don't knock the iPad over, Betsy. Try and show how incredible this livestock is, and how important and valuable it is to protect. I mean, purely genetically speaking, it's an incredible resource because of the commercial farming and the husbandry issues and the sort of commercial industrial farming that is really it's not just a buzzword. It's literally causing big health problems. The ramifications of which we're only just starting to understand. So these are important animals. That, in my opinion, they're beautiful animals. This is I couldn't ever quite pronounce it. Utokolareki goat, perhaps. It's an emblem of Amalthia. They're a sensational animal. This is a ram that I saw in the first week that I was in Athens. No, don't eat the ram, don't eat the horn. And you distracted me now, Betsy. Yeah, the animals are incredible. They're beautiful. I love painting them. I'll paint more. I'm still painting them. What you're seeing in the exhibition tonight is watercolors. During lockdowns in Melbourne, I've taken up oil painting, and this is an oil painting of a goat, a study of a head, one of the beautiful rams. I have another one here, which Vasily will be angry that I didn't get it to Athens. Sorry, Vasily. It'll be at the next show that I have. This is the incredible Potamia chickens at a farm that I saw in central Greece. It's not quite finished, this one, but there are more paintings to come in a future exhibition, perhaps a year, perhaps two. Either way, this is very much not the end of my association with Amálthia. It's absolutely the beginning. So yeah, so let me wrap it up there. I want to thank Betsy and Joanna for letting me come and visit for months at a time your beautiful country. I want to thank everybody involved, a lot of you there tonight, I'm sure, for all your hospitality and for making this an incredible experience and hopefully an incredible body of work that helps spread the word of how important this livestock is, not only to Greece but to the world. So thank you very much. I'll sign off and enjoy the show, and thanks for coming out tonight. Thank you.